They say lightning doesn't strike twice, but if you are Anthony Davis, lightning strikes every time you try to jump. Welcome back to Courtside Gossips. Today we are talking about a tragedy. Not a life and death tragedy, but a basketball one. We like Anthony Davis, he's a nice guy, he's a future Hall of Famer, and when he's on the court, he's a defensive god. But let's stop lying to ourselves. Street clothes AD isn't just a meme anymore, it's a financial catastrophe for the Dallas Mavericks. 2 days ago, AD suffered ligament damage in his left hand against Utah. Just like that, his trade value, which was already shaky, didn't just drop. It plummeted into abyss. Today, we are looking at how the Mavs plan to build a super team around Cooper Flagg and Kyrie Irving just turned into a nightmare that might haunt this franchise for a decade. Let's be real for a second. We all wanted AD to succeed in Dallas. After the Luka Doncic trade, Mavs fans needed this to work. But look at the numbers and try not to cry. Since joining Dallas in February 2024, Anthony Davis has played a grand total of 29 games. 29! He's played more games in NBA 2K than he has in a Mavs jersey. He came in with an abdominal injury, then it was the abductor strain, then a calf strain, a groin injury, and now ligament damage in his hand that might require surgery and end his season. I have said it before on this channel, Anthony Davis is built like a Ferrari with a glass engine. He looks incredible in the garage, but the moment you hit 60 miles per hour, something explodes. He is 32 years old, he's making 54 million this year, and he's due for 58 million next year. Who in their right mind is trading assets for a guy who spends 80% of his career in the training room? His trade value is literally zero, because you are not trading for a player, you are trading for a contract that lives on the injured reserve list. And here is the kicker. The Dallas Mavericks have Cooper Flagg. They have the most hyped prospect since LeBron James, a guy who is already showing he can be the face of the league. The plan was simple. Trade AD to a contender in the East, get back young wings and picks, and build the ultimate core around Flagg. But Nico Harrison and the Mavs front office waited too long. They tried to showcase AD, hoping he would stay healthy for just 1 month to build up his value. Instead, he broke again. Now, instead of getting a haul of 3 first-round picks from the Hawks or Raptors, the Mavs are stuck. They are 11th in the West. They are 4 wins and 14 losses in games without AD this season. They have Kyrie Irving rehabbing an ACL, and now their defensive anchor is back in street clothes. They are wasting a generational year from Cooper Flagg because they are tied to a 60 million anchor named Anthony Davis. It's the worst case scenario. You can't rebuild and you can't compete. You are just stuck. People keep asking, can you even trade an injured player? Technically, yes. NBA rules allow it as long as the receiving team waives the physical. But let's use our brains here. What GM is going to call Mark Cuban and say, hey, I would love to give you my best young players and picks for a 33-year-old with a broken hand and a $180 million bill? Atlanta was the prime candidate. They just moved Trae Young and were looking for a culture changer. Toronto was interested, but those doors are slammed shut. If AD has surgery, he's out for the season. That means any team trading for him is essentially paying $54 million for him to sit on their bench instead of Dallas. The street clothes label is no longer a joke, it's a career-defining reality. We like AD, the person, he's a great teammate, but as an asset, he's radioactive. The Mavericks thought they were getting a champion to pair with Kyrie Irving, then Flagg. Instead, they got a very expensive spectator. The Mavs are in a sum of all fears situation. They can't jumpstart the future around Flagg by trading Davis for assets because no one wants him, and they can't make the playoffs because AD isn't playing. Is this the most disastrous trade in Mavericks history? Trading Luka Doncic for a guy who has played 29 games in 2 years. It's starting to look like it. Anthony Davis is a legend, but in 2026 he's a ghost. What do you think? Should the Mavs just buy him out and move on? Or is there a team out there dumb enough to take a chance on a healthy AD in 2027? Let me know in the comments. And to AD, get well soon, man. We want to see you play, not just see your fashion choices on the sidelines. This is Courtside Gossips. Hit that sub button before AD gets injured again. Peace.